And good evening, folks. Welcome back to UndercoverET. And guys, we've got some breaking news again from the public today. You guys are just smashing the donkey out of it. This really is top research though, and I've got some crystal clear evidence for you coming in from none other than the Queen Bee of UAP herself, Maggie Walsh out of Brisbane, Australia. Big shout out to Maggie Walsh, honestly. And you had me and Doc completely tearing our hair out last night. So I was on the phone to Doc, who was talking about Space RU's video, the one with the glass, and we was just talking about how we'd love to get hold of this glass, and we started doing some research on it. Honestly, we want to take the man seriously, and based on the stuff we're capturing as well, I'd love to see these cloaked craft that just unveil to the camera. Honestly, this is what it's all about, guys. It's all about disclosure on a hard scale, on a hard level, and we're all in. Okay, we are all in. We just need your support. We just need you guys to hit the button, watch, support, suggest, record, send, be part of it. We can't do this without you. Anyway, let's get into the breaking news, because guys, we now have evidence that these things are traveling through the earth. And when I say we have evidence, we had it before. We've actually still got it, of these things traveling through the oceans, but because they're tiny objects and they're so far away from the camera, it's very hard for us to accept, right? This clip is not hard for us to accept, guys. It really isn't. You've got full-bodied object only half showing through the ground, and then the next frame it's up there. I'm going to show you it, but there is more to this story than what meets the eye. I want to show you the LAPD footage as well, because while I was on the phone to Doc, the LAPD comes through, they do their thing, great tags, and then like I say, Maggie Walsh sends me a message straight after that. I send it on to Doc, and I can't believe what I'm witnessing. Now, Maggie thought this thing was flying into her house. It wasn't. Well, I think something else actually enters her house, and I did tell her. We're gonna go over it all, guys. Let's get into it. Let's start off with Marina Del Rey, and we'll work on to Maggie Walsh. We'll do this in the right order, guys. So there we have it, guys. 8th of December, 2025, 14:23:24 p.m. Marina Del Rey time. Okay, I'm in the UK, so it was much later for me. But yeah, actually this was recorded, while I was on the phone to Doc, but we carried on talking for much longer because Maggie Walsh sent in what she sent in, guys. Check it out. So this is the edited, okay, because if we show you the full speed straight away, you don't see the objects. They move too fast. So we do the edits first, guys, and then you can mull over the full speed at your own leisure. Now, I did a contrast change here, and the reason being, did you see that dark orb there in the center of the screen, guys? Look at this. And this is what we're seeing in some clips. And I said to Doc, I said, it's funny we mentioned the glass, because that's a prime example of when we would like to test the glass. When we've got something like that in the sky that is cloaking, barely visible, I would have to put my money on it that it's got something to do with these Dragon UAP, because it's present in the moment that they're present. Now, it could also be a very small out of focus bug that's just glowing up like that because the camera can't get hold of it. Honestly, we don't see that a lot, and we see a lot more of that kind of behaviour in other UAP clips, like Roger McDonald sent that in recently. That one just creeps up and then all of a sudden it goes. It really is a phenomena that we've recorded across the globe, multiple people, multiple times. East Texas, Palestine Lake, Tony Franklin, no different. I call this one the casual, because it just casually goes along the sky there. Pretty creepy as well, to be honest with you, pretty creepy. Now, if you knew that aura, that blob, whatever it was, that ball of plasma or energy, whatever it is, if you knew that thing could just go boop and turn into a UFO, like full-on saucer, you guys would be like, no way. I'm telling you guys, this shit is real. And I'm going to now show you the clip Maggie Walsh sent me last night. To be honest with you, it kept me up. I had to watch it again and again. I had to be sure on what I was saying. We've got objects coming through the fecking earth, guys. Check this out. So Maggie's actually trying to film magpies. She opens the door with her hand. That's her, by the way. Look what pops out from the ground. This is 10% of the original speed, guys. Look at that. Look at that. Clear as day. Hockey puck. Look, half in, half out. Half in, half out. You just can't make it up. Anyone that thought these were bugs, you're going to have to explain that one to me. You're just going to have to explain that one to me. That right there is a Dragon UAP outside Maggie Walsh's door, Brisbane, Australia, going through the feckin' ground. And we've been saying this on the channel time and time again, because I've been analysing footage of these things going through the ocean and going out the ground, but at a distance, okay? We even had point of reference the other week on Robert's channel. Again, I was on the phone to him. He sent me some footage, and this thing just bolts out from behind the tree, which is a long way from his lens, guys. It is a long old way. And I said to Doc then, I said, look, if that thing's bolting out from that tree at that speed, I've got a feeling that's going through the ground as well. I think there's an entry point and exit point. We discussed this in detail. And then a week later, look what comes in. Now, the question is, what do we do with this knowledge? What do we do with this knowledge? Maggie, what do you think we should do with this? I'm not too sure if these objects can just pop up from anywhere. And to be honest, if they can pop up from here, maybe they can just pop up from anywhere. Or maybe they use a map. Maybe they use a pathway that they always have to use, or they choose to use, you know? It might be worth recording over this spot just a little bit more to see what happens, Maggie. Don't try anything hasty. Don't try and capture one of these things. They really move too fast, and I really wouldn't want to put you at harm. But if you could record this area a little bit more to see if you get anything else, that would be interesting. There is one or two more elements to this that are still a little bit freaky, guys. So whilst this thing comes out of the ground, and you can clearly see it's gone in that moment, and then as you go in through the frames, you see it appear, and then boom, you've got a full-bodied puck. And that is a Dragon UAP if ever I've seen one. Anyway, it leaves the screen, okay? It's gone. The speed that we're used to seeing them at, I know it's closer to the camera there. It's within half a metre of the camera, right? That's flipping mad. Anyway, it leaves. If you look down here, bottom left-hand corner, guys, and it's on slow-mo right now, but there is like an orb that actually reappears and moves into Maggie's home. There. And I did send Maggie this, and I said, Maggie, double check the footage, because I feel like this object has just gone back in, or something has just gone into your home. Now, honestly, guys, if a fly was to enter Maggie's home, this is what I would expect it to look like. A fuzzy, small, out of focus, nothing. Okay? But I have to consider the fact that a UAP just entered the room. You know what I mean? Like, from the ground here, just enters existence and goes, boop, hiya, how are we doing? I have to take that into consideration. When I say, Maggie, there's potentially something going in, it's not to scare you. I'm sure they've been in and out, helping themselves to biscuits whenever they want. I don't really know what they want, if they want anything from you at all, okay? The fact that they're coming through the ground, it's difficult to get your head around. It is. But guys, we've seen the evidence time and time again. It is incredible stuff. Maggie is right up there with my credible people, okay? I've got a book of credible people. Maggie is on the first page, let me tell you, all right? She's on the first page. So this is no bullshit. I hope you guys take on board what we're saying seriously. This is the most definitive proof of UAP being transmedium going through hard objects that I have seen clearly, even though we have had other evidence come in, like Dr. Shipe. He got his wife recording as they were on the highway, and they saw a white object in the sky, but they also captured a white object leaving the tarmac, coming from underneath the tarmac, only appearing when it got above the tarmac, and seemingly weaving in and out of the cars. You know, we've got the evidence there. It's all there. In fact, Doc, if you're watching this, please email that one back over to me so that I can show it on the next show. I can't find it, and I definitely don't have it on this PC. I think it's on the old tower, which unfortunately had its funeral. So guys, we need to try and collaborate as much evidence as we can. If you've got something in your archive that relates to this, I want to see it, because the more proof we have, the more I can turn around to whoever's been ignoring us these last months and past year. I can turn around and go, you know what? You need to start listening. Boom. Here it is. And this isn't a popularity contest for me, guys. I just want the truth. I want the truth. You guys want the truth, which is why some of you, and I encourage more to do so, spend your time recording the skies. Honestly, record the ground, record the skies, record the ocean, record just above your houses, record everywhere, because stuff like this is undeniable. It's absolutely undeniable. Well done, Maggie. Thank you very much. And honestly, keep recording this spot if you can. Let's see if we can get more of these transmedium objects going in and out of the earth. That's crazy stuff. So before we leave it there is something else I want to share with you. Now, it's not definitive. Maggie says that she thinks 2 years ago approximately, and this is the evidence, lightning struck that very spot where the UAP was seen. This is what Maggie says. Maggie, please let everyone know in the comments exactly, in your words, what you think may have happened here. I remember seeing this one last year, and we analysed it for potential UAP, and I stopped it here before I show you the full clip, just to show you that lightning, in my opinion, looks like it's going in her garden there. If it's not going in her garden, it's very, very close, and that's just in this moment, guys. I'm going to play you the clip. Maggie claims that lightning did strike in this very spot where this UAP was seen. I do remember analysing this last year. I do remember her saying that she said at that time that lightning did strike her front door or thereabouts. She also gives you a reaction, because where this thing hits quite close, you're not going to just stay silent, are you? So let's get into the clip. Hopefully it'll give you guys some answers to some of the questions you may already have. Let's go. There was a slight delay there between the flash and the sound, right? And you normally get that with thunder and lightning and stuff. But you would expect to hear it quite abruptly if it was right on you. So I'm just going to go over it again. I mean, in my opinion, this lightning bolt is hitting this road here at the very least. So the delay in the sound is probably about right, because this thing looks really close anyway. I don't know if this is the main bolt of lightning. There certainly is one streak of lightning coming off, and you've got this massively bright light here coming off of this storm. It's very difficult to know, Maggie. I appreciate what you're saying regarding the lightning, and you seem to think that it hit there. It would be really interesting to connect the lightning with these UAP. It's not definitive enough. Like, I can see a lightning bolt pretty much going into the road there, probably one of a few coming off of that cloud. I don't know for sure if a lightning bolt hit the base of your foot, or you would have known about it, I'm sure. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I know when these things zap and it's quick and it's just instant and it's over as quickly as it started, right? So I honestly don't know, guys. But the UAP coming through the ground is so definitive. You just can't. It's undeniable, right? Undeniable. Thank you is all I've got to say, Maggie. Queen Bee of UAP, thank you very much. And please, guys, Maggie doesn't do this for a living, alright? So it'd be a really nice surprise for her to see so many new subscribers added onto her channel. Check it out at Maggie Walsh 6774. And yeah, thank you very much, Maggie. I appreciate you. Keep recording not only the skies but that part of the ground as well. We got to find out if we get more UAP coming in and out of there. And guys, this is exactly why you should check your notification bell and keep on top of public evidence, because sometimes we get some juicy Lucy in there and it's just undeniable, and you have to keep that in the forefront of your mind when you're looking at UAP. Dragons, big saucers, triangles, whatever they are, they're never alone. They do let themselves go, okay? They're not always cloaked, but a lot of the time they are, and that glass would be really, really interesting. So we're going to look into try and getting some of that. But guys, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Take care, all the best, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye for now.